XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Primetime. Featuring Joe C.
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes.
Oh, my God. This is ridiculous.
And Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
How you like me now? How you like me
Well,
now?
the Jaguars joined the rest of the big dogs with a win over the weekend, and we are still talking about it. Somehow we're making 1-4 sound like it's 4-1, but whatever. A win is a win, and they will celebrate it. By the way, I've got one stat for you as far as Jacksonville being the last to get that first win, which is still kind of interesting that we will pour into today. Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday. We say, hey, we say, what's up? We ask, what are you doing for the storm? You can let us know. Hit the text line 641-1010. This much I do know. Wherever they are out there, if they're dealing with a storm, they've got 1010 XL with them. We are there getting those sandbags together with you right now in any other preparation for the storm. We may not be buying water, but we are trying to help, or toilet paper, but we are trying to help any other way. Now, we got Coach Campo with us. Big Searcy, once again, Matty, has brought in the goods. He won't stop.
No.
He will not stop.
The gift that keeps on giving.
You are. He brought in
Listen, it was
chicken.
Listen, it was calling me. I was driving. And I paid a couple of bills. I drove by. I whiffed the smell, and it called me. It called me over.
What was the dude that played third base? I think it was Wade Boggs, who always said,
Chicken, right?
Chicken get you hits. Chicken get you hits. And anyway, we love it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
No tight lady, though.
All right.
Tight lady.
We did miss the tight lady.
I miss her. She wasn't there. She's probably getting ready for the storm.
Yeah, that is true.
You know, she's an old soul. You know, she got to get ready.
Yeah.
So Coach is in here. He's got all of his notes. He's ready to rock and roll.
He's on fire, man.
Oh, well, the thing is that, we just wrapped up our Campo and Joe podcast, and Coach is like, I'm not going to say anything negative. This is, we're going to be, and then we just poured in on that secondary, did we not?
We did. Yeah, we solved all the problems. Actually, we didn't solve anything. We just pointed them all out.
Well, just open up, since we did this yesterday, Coach, and you guys are more than welcome to jump in. You can hit the chat on YouTube. You can jump in on the text line at 641-1010. But there were a lot of good pieces that came out of this win, Coach. There's still some things that obviously every team has to fix, and this one's got some big holes defensively. But what was your thought summing up the win?
Well, first of all, I'm excited they won. It's very difficult to win in this league. So a win is a win, and you can't get to the second win without the first one. So I'm kind of excited from that standpoint that I really thought in the last 2 weeks the coaching staff has really looked at their personnel and said, hey, look, we need to make some changes. And what they did offensively with, shoring up with the play action pass and doing a little bit more, Trevor was on fire, getting the ball out quickly and taking a profit, getting the ball when he had to, get it down, get it to ETN in the open field. You're getting the ball to your best players and what they do best. And I think they did that on offense. The offensive line played really good against that team, although I don't feel like their defensive line at this point was the top defensive line in the league, but I thought they handled themselves. Yeah. They ran the ball enough to get the play action going. Even though it wasn't great, it was good enough to get that going. Defensively, the last 2 weeks, they've tried to mix man and zone more, whereas early in the season, with the first two games, they were straight man, and they were getting picked and they were getting beat on certain things, so they went to a little bit more zone. Now they almost, in my opinion, this last week, overplayed zone, to the point where it might have cost them at the end. But overall, I thought the coaching staff has kind of done what they needed to do, with the exception of the fourth quarter on defense. Other than that, I thought it was a pretty darn good, well-coached ball game.
Look, Coach, I was saying this yesterday, is that if that team shows up, now we got stuff to fix on the back end of the defense as far as coverage and all that kind of stuff. But if that offensive team shows up week after week, protect, run, play action, getting free releases and all that kind of stuff, that team will beat some teams in the NFL. And they
Absolutely.
play like that every week. Yeah, offensively.
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah, I think that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a team that can answer the bell, that they're not going to do everything pretty and perfect, but every single time they went and answered an early, easy touchdown drive by the Colts, they went for it on fourth down, failed. That second-guessing immediately took off after that decision that Doug made, which I love his aggressiveness. You guys know I've said it over and over, but he needs to start taking field goals. Okay, and the bottom line is they aren't scoring enough to be gambling on fourth down all the time. Anyway, the fact that offense started to ignite with big plays, a 65-yard run, an 85-yard catch, it means there are big plays in that playbook, Coach, and in the actual personnel that's out.
And I think the thing that opens that up is what we've been talking about is running the football, but also when you start dumping the ball down and getting the ball to a guy like Etienne in the open field, and he runs for 12 or 13 yards, all of a sudden you throw a hitch out there to one of the wideouts, wide open, the very first play of the game. That sets up an ability to run by somebody. And really, that's the approach that we need to take. And really, he was clean for the majority of the football game. The offensive line, really came together pretty well. Obviously, there's a few things you look at, but overall, I liked it.
Okay, as the head coach, put your head coach hat on right now, okay? You clearly see you've got a weapon out there in number 7. Do you go into your offensive room and say, hey, and this being Doug going into press and saying, hey, we got to find a way to get him the ball as many times as possible, in as many ways as possible, pass game, run game. Anyway, let's make sure I want him to get the ball 10 times a game. No matter what, try and get him the ball 10 to 12 times a game. Do you do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You look at Neighbors. The kid Neighbors had something like 18 targets in one of the ball games.
First couple of games, yeah.
And caught a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You gotta find the guys that can make the plays for you and get the ball to them. And that's why I say getting the ball to Etienne out of the backfield. I personally think that Bigsby, as far as ability to get yardage that's sometimes not there with his ability to jump cut and do some of the stuff he does, he's the better pure runner of the group. But Etienne in the open field now, with his speed, he's got a chance to make some big plays. So all of a sudden you get a screen game going, you get a swing, you get a wheel route out of the backfield. Those are the kind of things they've got to do. And number 7's got a chance to be a big-time player. There's no question about it.
Yeah, listen, there was throwbacks on Sunday, but the 65-yard touchdown by Tank, it was Fred T-ish, MJD-ish.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, because he saw the hole, he jumped, and he was gone. It was a beautiful thing to see.
We said this in the podcast. I was listening to the post-game show afterwards, the not our show, but the one that's right after.
Yeah.
And Fred was on it, and the host, I can't even remember, was it Dempsey?
It would have been Dempsey or JP. Yeah.
JP. Yeah. JP said, man, Fred, I heard you say, make that cut, when he made the cut for the 65-yarder. And that's Fredish. You're absolutely right. And the 20-yard run for the touchdown was Fred Taylor.
And that was the big 65 was that kick blocked by Cam, and then right off of the rear end of Ezra, and then the other one was off of the shorts of Sheriff. So you got to give him credit. Both guards got big blocks on those big runs.
And listen, on the 20-yard run for the touchdown, number 64, Cleveland, and who was the other one? Cleveland and 22 pushed him into the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extra guys. That's playing. That's when you're playing with how you have to play to win games.
And Coach, you know what? I don't know if they did this or not, but I know when I was playing, when we had issues with the running backs finding the holes and stuff like that, what we would do as an offensive line, we would have the running backs come in the room with us to watch games. You know what I'm saying? So now we can show them, hey, listen, Here's an opportunity here. Here's an opportunity here. So it's different than when y'all both watch the film together, because now you see the opportunities that are made at the offensive line.
Yeah.
And the running back can make the run.
And it was Gabe Davis was the other one. It was Gabe Davis and Cleveland.
Yeah, Ezra
got in
definitely was
behind it
trucking
and
him in
pushed
there.
him. Pushed him into the, helped him get into the end zone.
Yeah, I love it. All right, now you guys jump in, talking Jaguar ball, what happened last night, Monday Night Football. We'll get into the rest of the big picture of the National Football League. We say thanks to Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota. They bring you today's show. They are there Monday through Saturday, making sure that they are wowing you with great deals, great service. The people themselves, they all can do it for you. We're satisfied customers. You can definitely check out BeaverChevrolet.com. Find them on Phillips Highway, Beaver Toyota St. Augustine.com, and right there on US 1 in the AUG. Now, we're going to talk Jags. We're going to get to some college football coming up here in a second, but we got to bring up Robert Saleh. Okay, Saleh canned coming back from London. An Aaron decision, a Woody decision, very interesting decision to say the least. That's a team these Jaguars will see a little bit later on in the year. His record doesn't say he should be fired, but he just got canned.
And with no discussion.
No warning
There was
whatsoever.
no discussion. It kind of reminded me of our boy at Mississippi when he came back when he was at SC. But he got off the plane.
Yeah.
He got off the plane. They got him right off the plane without any discussion at all. So, it's
Well, he also
that's
had 2 wins,
unusual
this cat. Robert Saleh was 2 and 3.
And by the way,
you guys were laughing at me when I said they lose that game against the Colts, somebody's getting fired. Somebody would have gotten fired if they lost that game.
Yeah, but it still is a surprise that as a head coach, and this is screams.
Can't fire the players.
Well, yeah, but this screams a player making this move because.
You think?
Well, the Buffalo Bills just lost 2 games in a row. The New England Patriots, they're not the old New England Patriots. The Miami Dolphins they're on their 3rd quarterback. This team is a game out of first. And they're firing. We'll do it coming up here in a second. It's XL Primetime.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers. A sturdy defense keeps your end zone safe like a superior fence keeps your family and pets safe.
It's fantastic.
After the game, catch the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game.
What a baller.
On 1010XL.
Mia here. Have you been betting and winning at MyBookie.com? If you haven't bet with MyBookie yet, they are still running the double deposit bonus. Just sign up with promo code 1010XL. We are on to week 6 in the NFL, a ton of college matchups that run through the weekend. Get some skin in the game on all of these elite matchups. You should certainly have your eye on that spread for Florida, Tennessee, Saturday night. You know that we play the Bears Sunday on NFL over in London, and we're probably going to be a slight underdog here in Duval County. If you think the Jags can win in London, bet it. The Surging Commanders, meanwhile, play the Ravens in a DMV battle. The Cowboys play the Lions. And for Sunday Night Football, Bengals traveling to New York to play the Giants. For a limited time, MyBookie still has that double deposit bonus. Use promo code 1010XL to claim a bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Double your money with promo code 1010XL before you even place a bet. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Most goals we set for ourselves have a clear path, like I want to go to Montana and see the Northern Lights. So you read a couple reviews, talk to some friends, save some money, and book it. Maybe a couple choices along the way, but you know what? Overall, it's a clear course to reach your goal. Now, if your goal is to lose 40 or 50 pounds, where's the clear path? You read reviews, you talk to a few friends, you try something out, then it doesn't work, and you're disappointed. We've all been there, and it blows. But stop trying to do that and do what I did. Reach your goal with Awaken 180 weight loss. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. No guesswork, no trial and error, no medication side effects. I'm proof. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180, and you can too. Trust me, it was simple, a word you never hear used with weight loss programs, unless, that is, you're referring to Awaken 180. Choose the simple, clear path to success, the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey there, all you sports dads rocking the best dad bod possible. We love seeing you eat tacos by the handful. And we love it when you bring your kids here, too. For years, Lucy claimed that her favorite thing on the menu was sopapillas, the big scoop of ice cream. I know that's not a taco, but that never stopped her. I was shooting for Dad of the Year anyway, so I just let it happen. Taco Lou's a great place to bring the family. There's something for everyone, as long as it starts with a taco. And a margarita for Mom is always a good thing. At Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
1 second left. Packers are down by 6 at the goal line. Your defense is the only thing stopping them from scoring. Is your team prepared? Double Check Cybersecurity has your back. With an AI-powered defense, start your 14-day trial at doublecheck.com.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots and the first treatment now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
As soon as possible.
at 641-1010.
This is Tony Baselli, Pro Football Hall of Famer. I was known for protecting our quarterback. These days, I'm extending that protection to a different arena, your home. I have partnered with Heritage Roofing of North Florida, your premier local roofers with over 25 years of experience. Heritage is your go-to roofer for hurricane preparation, with same-day inspections and estimates. They also work with all insurance companies. Let Heritage Roofing of North Florida safeguard your home and family. Visit heritagenfl.com for your free estimate today.
State license CCC 1335410.
If your IT, data security, and your office copiers are operating perfectly, you must have hired ABS, Advanced Business Solutions, as your technology partner.
Advanced Business Solutions.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by November 7th.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities, like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit barrorthopedics.com.
The Sunshine State says it all in the nickname. That summer sun in Florida can take its toll on an air conditioning unit and send your electric bill through the roof. Florida Home AC can help you handle the heat with a brand new AC unit with low monthly payments and over $3,000 in federal tax credits on select systems. So this summer, don't sweat it out. Cool off with Florida Home AC, the official AC company of the Jaguars. Call them today, 777-4300, and check out their tremendous savings on a brand new AC system.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So the news comes down earlier today. Robert Saleh has been canned by the New York Football Jets. And this is coming back from London, and you've got all sorts of either reporting or hearsay or whatever. But ML Football, the report, it says Rodgers and Saleh reportedly had a heated argument after a post-game press conference. Rodgers refused to look at Saleh, team source telling the fan up in New York. And then he follows that with their relationship began deteriorating after Rodgers' trip to Egypt when Saleh threw him under the bus. Remember, this is the offseason when he had gone through I'm all in, remember, a year ago and was there. And then this time he's like, I ain't doing that. And then we all know that he didn't play in the preseason. And so Ron, I think it's safe to say, has reached a point where he feels like he's calling the shots. This ain't the first guy, Leon, that has met his coaching death under Aaron Rodgers. So here we go.
Yeah, this smells like Aaron Rodgers went to management and said, I can't play for this guy. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had a terrible game. He had 3 interceptions in the game. I mean, he had a right to be chastised by the head coach because he was terrible. It was horrific. But yet, head coach gets fired.
Yeah.
You know that I have really not very much ego, right?
No.
Well, we had a
Selfless
situation.
guy.
We had a situation in Dallas. We had Chan Gailey as a head coach. I was a defensive coordinator. We made 2 playoffs in a row. We didn't blow anybody out. You know, we lost the first round one year. We lost the second round the other year. Chan Gailey got fired. There's only one reason he got fired. That was Troy Aikman didn't like his offensive style.
And there you go.
And I'll be honest with you. I say this and people say, you know, you're this and that. We would have won more games in Dallas if Chan Gailey had stayed at head coach and I'd stayed at defensive coordinator than when I got the head coaching job, because I never had a quarterback or an offensive coordinator that was really exceptional. So you look at it, I'm grateful that I became the head coach, but in reality, that the quarterback got the head coach fired. Not me, but Chan Gailey.
Something else. It really is. And so the powers that be, I think we would all agree that Aaron Rodgers is a more powerful figure in that organization than the head coach.
Well, I mean,
right or wrong.
Let's be honest. If Trevor Lawrence last week would have went to Shad and said, I can't work with this guy, he'd have been gone.
Yeah. And what did Trevor do? Trevor dismissed all that. Said, I don't even know why I have to even answer this question.
Right.
And I think coming out of that game, you at least saw a unified front. Now, if they'd have lost, I don't know what would have happened. But one thing was evident to me in this game. Press Taylor made things easier for Trevor to succeed, and Trevor made things easier for himself to succeed.
We're talking about 2 different scenarios. So Trevor Lawrence didn't come in my office and say, hey, I can't work with this guy. Get him out. I tell Trevor to kick rocks. All right, he ain't done enough.
I was talking over there in the jet land.
You didn't just give the guy $275 million.
I don't care.
Okay?
I would have told Trevor to kick rocks and try to play better.
I understand what you're saying.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be wearing a gold jacket.
I understand what you're saying. I totally get it. But my point is, I would just a guess. It's just a guess of mine, okay? And I see Dave Camp over here shaking his head yes with me. Any quarterback who just got paid a big amount of money, anyone in the league, and that may be right now at this point, 13, 14?
They wield power.
Yes, you go in the owner's office and you say, I can't work with this guy. That guy's out.
But
Daniel Jones?
Yeah, exactly.
Can Daniel Jones do it?
Well, he's on the end of that deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Sean Watson?
Yeah, I was going to say, these are examples.
We got some guys that got paid a lot of money. They can't go.
You're right. You're right.
You're
right.
They come in the office
You're right, but I could also
with a mask and gun.
I could also start rattling off some guys, too, and you'd go, that's true. That's true.
Patrick Mahomes, yes.
Believe me,
it's a lot more. It's probably a lot more than a lot less.
I wish he would get Andy Reid fired. That would work out. All right, real quick. This is 2021. All right? This is the hiring cycle that took place in 2021. Brandon Staley, hired by the Chargers, gone last year. Now Jimmy Harbaugh's in. Nick Sirianni, on the hot seat right now. Even though they have still what looks like a decent football team, he is constantly on the hot seat.
2 years ago, took him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, took him to the Super Bowl, and he's on the hot seat. Arthur Smith. Bounced.
Okay, hang on real quick. If Jalen Hurts goes and says...
There is friction.
I know, but I'm saying if he goes and says, I can't work with this guy, what happens?
I'm not exactly sure right now because both of them are being scrutinized and questioned up there.
Jeffrey just spent a ton of money on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. He probably would win because, like we said, we can't fire players, but they've already let it be known up in Philly. Coach, you know this from being in the NFC East.
Yep, absolutely.
After they left, where'd they leave? Where did they lose? Was it Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the question was asked by the Philadelphia media, do you guys collaborate? And Jalen Hurts is like, we've had our moments. And so it's not going well up there either. But anyway, you got Sirianni up there. You got Saleh now is bounced. David Culley, remember him with the Texans? He's been bounced and is gone. And by the way, 2 guys have been bounced from the Houston Texans franchise in that short amount of time. And then there's Herb. Herb hired in the same cycle as all those other guys. And the last guy, there's 2 guys that are still standing that are in great positions right now. And the other was Dan Campbell. Yep. Dan Campbell,
How did Herb
Nick
make it to 14
Sirianni
games?
are the 2 guys right now that are hanging on. One, there's no questions asked. The other one, there is definitely.
I just want to ask this one more time. After that first game, the very first game of 2021, when everybody in this city was looking at their TV and watching this game thinking, what the hell is that out there? That was the most discombobulated organizational mess ever.
Hey,
how did he make it 14 games?
Yeah, I don't know. And because of Shad's patience, it ended up.
Oh, my God.
And
so
by the way,
dysfunctional.
That was game 1. You knew it was
Bad.
in a bad situation.
And they actually scored a few points in that game. But that was the team that this team was trying to beat record-wise.
Yeah.
If they'd have lost Sunday, they'd have matched the Herb level performance because Herb and them 0-5.
I don't like the where my NFL is going. All this because all of this stuff sounds NBA-ish, where the star player,
very true,
star player has all the power and can just get people fired if he doesn't like the way things are situated. Yeah. That's where this is where this is going.
Yeah, very, very true. And by the way, like I said, Saleh may not have had everything going his way. He coached up a good defense. It's not his fault. I don't believe that Breece Hall is coughing up the football or anything like that. But they're only a game out if they win this coming week, which is just crazy when you think about it like that. So we'll see where it goes because that's what we talked about. If you fire a coach this early, like you're describing, Leon, it doesn't provide a lot of solutions, I don't believe. And who the heck is going to step up in his place and do a better job? It's going to be Aaron Rodgers running that squad up there is probably what it looks like right now.
I'm surprised Hackett didn't get the job.
That's exactly what I was thinking, too. I'm like, they got to be promoting Nate Hackett, and they didn't, which is also kind of interesting.
Oh, they had a guy on Helmets and Heels today from the Jet podcast, and he said if Hackett had gotten that job, there would have been a mutiny.
Yeah.
No one likes him.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Except for Aaron.
That's it.
All right.
That's
now,
it.
we got to squeeze in some college football. We got Coach hanging out with us. We'll get a little more Jag out of him before he is done. But we got to get to some college ball. We got our XLP to the CFP coming up in the 3 o'clock hour. But your teams on the weekend, some good, some bad. We'll hit it coming up on XL Primetime.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010 XL.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
At Garber Auto Mall, we can wiggle it. Best price, we can wiggle it. Best trade value, we can wiggle it. Best payment, we can wiggle it. Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, with 8 American brands, we can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or online at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Nick in here for the Borland Groover Foundation. If you're 45 or older, you need to get screened for colon cancer. Ask your doctor about getting a colonoscopy. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. Borland Groover recently expanded into St. Johns County. The new and advanced surgery center and medical office is open in Durbin Crossing. Visit BorlandGroover.com for a location near you. Remember, 45 is the new 50. Get screened today with Borland Groover.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Ackerman Cancer Center offers women's health, diagnostic, and screening services, including contract-enhanced mammography and total body MRI. Early detection is the key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Thermal Engineers is hiring. Thermal Engineers is a commercial HVAC contractor serving North Florida for over 20 years. Qualified technicians and installers. How does top pay, 401k, and full benefits sound? And a signing bonus. Is it time for a positive change in your career? Join the family-oriented commercial HVAC contractor at Thermal Engineers. Call 230-1172 or go to Thermal Engineers, Inc., an equal opportunity employer.
Injured in an accident? Have mounting medical bills? Can't work? Don't worry. Zach's got your back.
I'm Zach Von Rowan of Von Rowan Law. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve. Set up your free consultation at zachsgotyourback.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 8, 2018, NFL quarterback Drew Brees broke Peyton Manning's all-time passing record, setting the mark on a 62-yard touchdown pass to Traquan Smith.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe. I want to talk to you about picking the right battles to fight in this life. Every day, we have opportunities to get upset and angry. But I want you to realize that sometimes you have to ignore in this life so that you can soar into the kingdom of heaven. My encouragement, friends, to you is to pick the right battles to fight. Fight only battles that help you draw closer to God, because you have to ignore so that you can soar.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, how does a diamond or piece of jewelry have its price authenticated by an independent appraisal?
Frank, simply put, there's a difference between a selling price and an appraisal value. In the estate and auction business, you almost always see a new replacement price put on an old used piece. But when you have a new piece with a higher replacement price, you have to wonder why somebody would sell you something for a lot less than it's worth, unless maybe it's not worth what they said. Let me tell you a story about what happened at Underwoods the other day. We were putting into stock a 1-carat diamond that had an EGL report on it. When we opened the report, we found a separate appraisal for the diamond by the Universal Gemological Services, which, by the way, is owned by that laboratory. They appraised the diamond loose for $7,230, which we found interesting because the diamond was in our stock at $5,100. I can honestly say that that diamond wouldn't sell anywhere for $7,230, so that type of appraisal is worthless.
That's Underwoods, where they make it a point to know the truth about diamonds and jewelry at San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Cam Little got a chance to show his clutch gene after drilling a 49-yard field goal to beat the Colts. Here's what was going through the mind of the young player during such an intense moment with a chance to win the game right at his feet.
I know that Coach Peterson had confidence in me. Going out there and just hitting it from 48 was a big boost of confidence before I walked out there. So obviously, got to go out there and execute. That's why I'm here, to make a field goal. So just did my job, and when you get it done, you get the most confidence in the world. I was really fired up to know that we got our first win to go into London. That was all part of our plan. plan. So we want to keep that momentum rolling when we get there.
Little went 3 of 3 in the game and got to prove to his team how he can be trusted when the game is on the line. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Time to drop some college knowledge on XL Primetime. Brought to you by Modelo, the official beer of the College Football Playoff.
Paul, I'm in sports hell, brother. I'm in sports hell. I never thought I would utter these words. Vandy is my daddy. Can you believe that? Do you hear that, Coach DeBoer? That don't piss you off, dude. It pisses me off. It pisses me off, Coach DeBoer. And let me say this to all Alabama fans, because I've caught some flack today, and I can take it. That's why they call me the legend. I can take it. I'll ride and die with the Crimson Tide. I don't care if they go back and get Mike Shula the coach. I'm going to be with Alabama every friggin' game. But that don't mean I can't be pissed at what I seen Saturday on the field. Alabama don't lose to Vandy. We don't lose to Vandy. That is friggin' pathetic, Coach DeBoer. Bill Curry didn't lose to Vandy. Mike DeBose didn't lose to Vandy. Mike Shula didn't lose to Vandy. Strike friggin' one, dude. The honeymoon's not only over, but we need some serious marriage counseling between me and you, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Paul Feinbaum got the brunt of that one from one of those die-hard Tide fans.
You say die-hard, I say dork.
Yeah, you can easily say dork because, well, they live, die, Crimson Tide. And that one was a little over the top. And then there was one more comment where he said, we don't lose to a marriage counselor. So let's drop a little college knowledge on them on the heels of the first Saturday in October, bringing a little pandemonium to our college football world. I hope Milton doesn't do the same thing to our great state. But that is what went down on Saturday with 4 of the top 11, 5 of the top 25 going down in defeat. Most shocking, of course, was Alabama losing the way they did. 42 minutes of football was owned by the Commodores, Leon. That is one embarrassing performance. Now, a Nick Saban-led team may have never throttled Georgia for the first, 35 minutes the way that Kalen DeBoer's Tide team did a couple Saturdays ago. But Nick also never lost like that Saturday.
Yeah, well, I was asking for carnage last week.
Yeah, you were.
My team almost got involved in that.
Yes,
carnage.
they did.
But Kellen DeBoer, you're talking about a guy who played in one of the best games I've seen all season and beating Georgia to having to answer to why did you lose to Vanderbilt, which is crazy to me. But Vanderbilt dominated that game. I mean, from start to finish. It was
physically beat up Alabama.
Yes, they physically beat them up. So, I mean, it wasn't no fluke.
No.
If you watched the game, man, they got after him pretty good on offense and defense.
So there are a couple things about this. Number one, I said that guy's a dork. Believe me, the Alabama fans are upset by what he was wearing on the sidelines, Kalen DeBoer, okay? That's a big thing now for them. Mm-hmm. They didn't like the shirt he was wearing. Wow. He didn't look professional.
Quite critical.
Okay, number two, which that's what you're dealing with there.
Yeah.
Number two, this is what DeBoer is. If you look at his teams, you look at how he's won, look at his Washington team, look at Fresno, look all the way back to lower division NCAA stuff. He scores points.
Offense.
And sometimes he gives up points. And that's the way it is. If you look at Washington's season last year, that was a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They were unbeaten until the championship game, but there were 3 or 4 games where it was very close and it was one play away, including both Oregon games.
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to get out of him. That's what it is. So, it's buyer beware, whatever you want to say. Look, you got to look at a guy's track record when you go hire him. I think it's a great hire. I think he'll have a nice career there. I think they can win the national title this year. So I wouldn't panic after one game, for God's sakes.
Oh, my gosh. That's exactly what they do, though, because they were waiting for this. They were worried about this. They thought it was going to come against Georgia. It did not. And so then what happened? Poke your chest out. All of a sudden, it's going to be T-Town, Title Town, all that. And then they get it, courtesy of what has long been referred to as the commodes. And no. Commodores. A little respect, Commodore. And here's the other part. I would like to know, son-in-law, he's one of the stage engineers at Old Red, right there at the end of Broadway as you're heading towards the river, Cumberland River. How in the world did they get those goalposts all the way from Vanderbilt, which is basically over
about
there
3 miles away, actually?
Yeah, it's a good 2.5.
Good trek.
I'm like, did they get a semi Uber, a flatbed Uber or something, because they walked?
Honestly, dude, that's a trek.
Oh my gosh,
that's close to a 5K actually.
Yeah, it was nuts. Anyway, that was a hell of a win.
Those things aren't light.
Oh no!
I mean, even though they're PVC, they're not light.
But by the way, you have to work in concert with one another.
Yes.
Okay?
Well, I mean, they are engineers there, so.
Well, yeah, they are, but. It's not like two guys are toting this big old goalpost. There's a bunch of them.
Bro, it's been 40 years. The least they could do is carry the goalpost.
Yeah, that is true.
They must have shut the streets down to get it over there.
If you saw any of it on social, Coach, it was unreal.
They went right down Broadway, literally right down Broadway.
And cars were respectful. They just kind of got
That's
out of the way.
what I'm saying. They shut the streets down to get that baby.
It was just nuts. All right, so real quick, and maybe we'll do this with Here Comes the Judge a little bit later on, but while Coach is here in this 2 o'clock hour, let's just stay with it. Okay, Cal almost beat Miami. Okay, Miami's been served notice. There's no question about that. We can take a look at the other ones. But who suffered the worst loss? Not named Alabama. Tennessee on the road to Archie. Missouri on the road to A&M. Michigan with their second loss now. USC with their second loss. There basically are 48 undefeated or one-loss teams in college football right now.
Missouri got pantsed. Missouri's the worst.
Okay, so who got the worst?
I got Missouri. Yeah. Okay. They got taken behind the woodshed. They beat them 41-10.
They did. They walloped them.
They walloped them. Yes, absolutely.
What do you call it? Mollywopped?
Yeah, mollywopped.
Oh,
yeah. And you could go with any number of descriptions.
That's the old
for that
Spurrier
one.
one.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. There's some prominent teams that are going to be going to the college stations later on that could get a mollywop too.
Yeah, they're the most improved team from the first week of the season.
That coach is a heck of a coach.
Yeah.
What he did at Duke to come in there, you knew they were going to be halfway decent.
I mean, what he did with Connor Wigman, to be honest, Connor Wigman looked terrible against Notre Dame. Terrible. Like he didn't belong in the field. Terrible. And Marcel Reed looked a lot better in those 3 games he started. And then Connor Wigman gets in there, and he looks like an All-American.
Well, by the way, Elko needed to make a decision. Do I want to keep Reed in here and keep things going and not expose this other guy? Anyway, he comes out after the game bashing people for bashing Wigman because he was playing hurt with that AC joint problem. And so I pretty much agree with you. Matt and I were sparring just a little bit yesterday, Coach, that Jimbo Fisher would have figured out a way to foul that up. They would not have figured out a way to score as many points. He would always have a tough time fighting his way out of a paper bag offensively. And Jimbo was an offensive mind. And yet, Elko, you have to give him credit. Defensive guy comes in there, cleans things up basically right away.
Hired a good OC. Colin Klein's a really good OC, the former K-State quarterback. You remember, he was in the Heisman race.
Was he with it?
He was at K-State. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist there.
No, I know who he is. Yeah. My question was, he was not the offensive coordinator at Duke, right? The offensive coordinator
he was
at
the
Duke
offensive coordinator at K-State.
Job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He was the OC at K-State last year. But Elko hired him. He's done a great job with the quarterbacks there, both Reed and Connor Wigman.
Yeah, you remember we was talking last year when I said Duke looked like they faster than Clemson?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm watching Texas A&M with all those 5-4-star recruits. Yeah. I mean, he's got them playing ball, man. They're getting after it pretty good. Missouri, that was a tidal wave as far as defending them. They got after it.
They couldn't run the ball. Missouri could not run the ball.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And Brady Cook.
And they couldn't protect him.
Yeah, Brady Cook's not playing nearly as well as maybe I thought he would coming into this year.
Well, he was previously, just not in this game.
Yeah, and Luther Burden had been kind of controlled a little bit. There were questions being asked about.
That's a bad penalty, by the way. Yeah. That's a weak penalty. That should have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
Which kind of changed the momentum of that game. And honestly, in college football, it's momentum and emotion are so big, man.
It can happen fast. All right, real quick, I just want to stay on this because I know we'll do our XLP to the CFP coming up in just a little bit. But Clinton Dix got on X talking about the Bama loss to Vandy. And I'm just pulling from his X account. Players are opting out to redshirt a year because they didn't get playing time. What about creating good habits and working on your craft? Just quit? no more reps at practice, no more routines. Just go put it in the portal, Rusty. Got it. So this goes to what you have been preaching a little bit, sirs.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't stand players who can't handle adversity. I mean, because that's going to happen in the game, and that run away from adversity. I mean, that adversity, that struggle, that's how you get developed. You get developed as a player by going through stuff, and you just don't turn and walk away when things get tough. I mean, you just got to battle through it. So you can't make an easy road for everybody.
That's what football is supposed to do for your life.
Yes, the struggle.
That's why I got into coaching in the first place.
Yes.
I got news for you guys. That's what life is. It's failure. It's responding to failure all the time.
How you handle it. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, that's why the beautiful thing about sport is it incorporates everything, okay?
Yes.
Got to learn how to get along. Got to learn how to work together.
Right.
Got to learn how to set goals and meet them. And then if you don't, you got to get over disappointment and be better, all those things.
And guess what? No one cares.
Yeah, they don't.
They never have, never will.
No one cares. No, if you don't hold yourself accountable to yourself, no one cares if you succeed or fail.
Yeah,
it's got to matter more to you.
It's such an interesting study, and this is a little bit of what maybe led Nick out of the head coach's office.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, and I think we would all pretty much agree with that. He hasn't said it out loud, but he's as much.
Yeah, he kind of has.
Yeah,
he kind of has
as much as said it. Yeah.
Well, I saw an article where I guess when they lost to Michigan in the title game, and he came in the locker room, and I don't think he got the response of what he was looking for.
Right.
I read that article. I think that the players didn't care enough that they lost the game, and that bothered Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll bother me too.
Yeah. You walk in that locker room, you're looking around, you want to see
guys on their phone checking their likes, how they look on the sideline.
Yeah. Right. And Chris Lowe, if anybody had not read that, that's still a good read to go back and check out because it definitely is one of those.
But to be fair, like when did J.C. Latham get picked? Like top 12, right? Top 11?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Final play of the game?
Yeah.
He got annihilated by Josiah Stewart, who's 70 pounds lighter than him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they don't care.
No.
They're still going to the NFL. They're still going to get paid.
Yeah, yeah. And they do get that part of it, but it's the anguish and heartache over
Well, here's the one thing that we understood at Miami, the reason why we had so much success and won so much. We won for each other because we knew the NFL wasn't going nowhere. NFL was going to be right there. But we knew if we had team success, everybody was going to eat. Mm-hmm. That's why we did what we did. That we challenged each other. When we had team success, listen, every scout in the NFL used to be at our pro day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
they're at your practices, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just saying. So we understood that team concept that we knew if we were the best team possible, that NFL teams want champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want guys on teams that know how to win ball games.
Plus, Jimmy, you can speak this too, Dave. Jimmy created that culture of he let the scouts in to watch practice. Mm-hmm. That's what Pete Carroll used to do at USC. Yeah. He'd let the scouts come in any week during the regular season. Right. Come on in.
You can see what we
got. Not only that, because then it forces the players to work hard, to prepare, and to go after each other.
But the difference between Latham and Leon is Leon said, I'm not leaving here unless I feel like I'm a champion. Whereas the other guy goes, I just got pancaked or I just got whatever, and I'm still going to go in the top 12 or wherever he went.
There's a reason why in a 12th round draft we had 17 guys drafted.
Yeah.
Not all in the first round, but they were drawn there because of what Leon's talking about that culture.
All right, real quick, Coach, you got to hit this before you got to go. We will miss you on Friday. Right. You are off on a nice trip with the family, but just a quick thought on Matt Eberflus, coach of the Chicago Bears, and Caleb Williams, what this team will see. Just an early thought.
Well, first of all, it's going to be a tough game. I think if we score 30 points against Chicago, I'll be absolutely shocked. So it's going to be a tight ball game. And the one thing about Caleb is he's improved every week. He started at 50% rating. And then all of a sudden it was 75. Then it was 90. Then it was over 100 this last game. So he's making improvement. There's no question that defensively this team is better than the team we just played. So it's going to be a tough game. Eberflus, the one thing about Eberflus is he pays attention to details.
Yeah.
And so there's a reason why you get better, as we always talk about, when you pay attention to defense, to the little things, the details.
And I got a feeling that details that they paid attention to this week paid off here. And you're going to find out whether they can keep doing that.
Yep.
All right, Coach, enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Hopefully you're coming back with another win on the Jaguars' schedule.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach Campo out. We head into the 3 o'clock hour thanks to Beaver Chevy and Beaver Toyota. A Beaver Tuesday right here on XL Primetime. We're going to stay on the college, but also get back into some of the discussion. What about Robert Saleh? What happens with him? There's been questions asked about Ryan Nielsen's performance so far. Saleh used to be in Duval back in the day.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
Duval. That's right, I'm Tommy Mack, and it's all about Duval and defense. Offense, special teams, baby. Check me out every Friday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Wow, John, my Clearwater sprinkler system looks great.
All right, Frank, let's go ahead and program your Rainbird timer. How many minutes do you want the zones to run?
John, I think we run from the front 20, the sides 15, the back 10, the garden 5. Clearwater scores!
Well, that's a first, Frank, but you're the boss.
Clearwater irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage to
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Hello, all you Jacksonville sports fans. Don here from Taco Lou. If you're in the mood for some great tacos, cold Dos Equis, maybe even a sip of some fine tequila, then the Lou is calling your name. Come out to Jack's Beach and experience what many have dubbed the #1 taco in the 904. There are plenty of great taco joints in town, and we're proud to have been around for this long, and we have only you, the fine people of Jacksonville, to thank for helping us grow and become who we are today. Cheers to you, Jacksonville, and thank you from the Lou crew. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and I speak for everyone here at 1010XL when I say congratulations, Hacker. 100 pounds lost with a Wake 180 is a huge milestone, and we are so proud of you. Life-changing, life-enhancing. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window
World, simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at goosehead.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and now that you have Honda boats on the showroom floor, tell them about the big boat sale.
We are excited. We got a big sale, 11th through 13th. You want to come on down, see us in person. Some of our boats are going to be up to $30,000 off.
Up to $30,000 off?
$30,000 in savings. It's a big sale event.
So they can start shopping online at cyclesofjacksonville.com. The size of the boats?
Anywhere from 19 to 24 foot, all with legendary Honda outboards.
Honda and Coach, check them both out on Atlantic near Regency. Cycles of Jacksonville.
Find your why with membership at the First Coast YMCA. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Come try free access to your local Y every Wellness Wednesday this month. Check out our fitness classes, swimming, pickleball, youth sports, and so much more for free. every Wednesday in October. Plus, we'll waive the join fee when you become a member this month. Get active, be social, live healthier, and discover all the benefits of YMCA membership at your local Y or visit fcymca.org.
AC replacement? If your AC unit is ready to go kaput, then it's time to call Florida Home AC. With over $3,000 in tax credits waiting for you on select systems, take advantage of it. Call 777-4300. Get Florida Home AC to cool you off.
When it comes to selling your home, it can be stressful. Take the stress out with my friends, Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried you won't sell your home for the price you need. How's this for a guarantee? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers, and if you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home. Take Kim in Palm Coast. I needed to move closer to family ASAP, but I had to sell my Palm Coast home first. I tried and failed with another agent. So my family said, you got to call Chad and Sandy. Well, sure enough, as promised, Chad and Sandy did it. They sold my home in 3 days, above asking price. Call the local Jacksonville experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy today at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
Tailgate special alert. 3 pounds of marinated chicken, 2 pounds of marinated steak tips, 2 pounds of fresh ground beef, and 2 pounds of homemade sausage for only $80 to feed your crew.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by First Coast Honda Dealers. The Gators match up this weekend will take them up to Rocky Top to take on Nico Iavamala, leading the Volunteers. Nico has proven to be one of the top new quarterbacks in the SEC and will challenge the Gators defense on Saturday. Head coach Billy Napier spoke on Nico and what impresses him most when watching him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a unicorn, man. This guy's 6'6", big, athletic. I mean, he's ripping balls in the outside third, 15, 20 yards deep. You know, he's throwing it all the vertical shots. He's got big-time arm. He's accurate. He can escape, extend. He's just a young player who's getting experience, and he'll continue to get better. A lot of hype around him, and I think on the tape, it's kind of, you can see why.
Napier also stated the Gators will have multiple plans in place this week for scheduled disruptions due to Hurricane Milton. It's 84 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Make sure you got everything working so that AC is there for you when that storm arrives, and hopefully it will not be too intense here. That's what I'm hoping for, and I know all of y'all are as well. It is a Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Searcy, and RJ. We talk about the storm. Traffic going up I-75 was nuts. Anybody watch it on video from any of the news channels out there, you saw it. I heard from one of my buddies, G-Mac, from Cycles of Jacksonville, which, by the way, got generators if you need them. But he's like, dude, he goes, I got 4 families coming in from Tampa to stay at the Hacienda. So I'm sure there are plenty of people up here in North Florida that have family, friends, whatever down there that are probably ringing them up going, hey, man.
Yeah.
Can we bunk?
There ain't no more hotels, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Can we bunk at your place?
Our buddy Action Brett McMurphy never leaves.
Yeah, he never does?
Never does, and he left this time.
Okay, good.
And
all right.
He had to go all the way down south to Boca.
Okay.
Like, there's nothing.
But
there
still.
is nothing. I was working late last night, kept looking back at the TV, and they were showing the state highway patrol webcams on the highways.
Yeah.
Like the interchange where Wildwood hits 75, literally standing still at 1:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning, bro.
Yeah. I've done one of those that I can remember. I can't even remember what year it was, but it was hellish being on the road.
Oh my gosh.
And it was a storm.
It's the stress of that and the stress of what's going to happen to your house.
Right. But that was one that didn't do a whole heck of a lot. And so it was panic over patience.
Right.
And
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm all about if you need to get out, get out.
Yeah. We took 301 one time all the way north.
Oh, yeah. 90 all the way up there.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely have done that before. And then you finally find a motel and you're sleeping with the cockroaches. It didn't matter. just so you could get a place a cot to put your head on. All right. Let's stay with college football because I've heard from a couple Bama fans. High Tide, who's not a happy Bama fan right now. He's like, just like clockwork, Vanderbilt. They beat him once every 40 years. No problem. Another Bama fan, T-Top. He's like, honeymoons do not last long in Alabama. I don't disagree with that. They get mad at their coaches real fast if they disappoint them. After a big win, to suffer a big loss.
In-house, out-house.
Oh, my gosh, it happens quickly. All right, now, let's see if we can do this quickly. The XLP to the CFP. RJ, get us going. The musical accompaniment always puts us in the mood as we look forward to counting down our college football playoff top 12. So the XLP, we go from 12
to 9. All right, number 12 is Texas A&M/Boise State. I just wanted to put Texas A&M because I watched that game against Missouri.
So you're giving them that love.
I'm giving them some love because they took them behind the woodshed on that game.
Yeah, they did.
My number 11 team is Alabama after embarrassing loss to Vanderbilt. My number 10 team is Tennessee, another loss to Arkansas. Sam Pittman, by the way, good for him. He needed one of those wins.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, sir.
He did. He absolutely did.
Yes, sir. Give us a little bit of that, RJ.
Yeah, give
yes,
us
sir.
some. Give us some. Yes, sir.
Sammy Pittman. It was just such a big, and by the way, the son-in-law. The one son-in-law likes to move up in the power rankings. He took a big dip in the power rankings. Volunteer/UCF fan.
Oh,
He took 2 L's.
Double dip.
He took 2 L's on his birthday.
Wow, and my number 9 team is Clemson.
Not good.
I got Clemson at number 9.
All right, so you got Clemson moving up that high. All right, that's
Plus, he
interesting.
dropped Alabama that low.
I know.
I'm
finding this interesting, Big Sirs.
Bro,
I do too. I was interested with that. All right.
12.
I got Boise State hanging tough at 12. I'm sorry. I got him. Sorry about that. Let me rephrase that.
Huh?
I got him at 12. That's what I said, right? At 12. Yeah. I got him at 12.
The Fighting Ashtions.
Here's, through the magic of the transitive property, if Oregon beats Ohio State, that's going to be good for Boise because Boise lost to
Oregon
by 3
early in the year. Yeah.
Early in the season. So yeah, that's they've got a chance.
Okay. All right, so 12, 11.
Number 11, I've got your boys, Iowa State. 5-0 for the first time since 1980, baby.
Respect on the Cyclones.
They also have a very manageable path to 10-0. Very manageable.
That's why I chose them.
Right. Number 10, I got Ole Miss back in, baby.
Okay.
I was very impressed by the way they just said, you know what? Screw it. Y'all think we're going to lose? This is who we are. Impressive game defense, too. Very, very impressive. Number 9, I got the Vols falling all the way to 9. They're a different team at home. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
They're going to put a hurting on them Gators this week.
It's so funny. You think of hurting, huh?
A hurting. Yeah, I do. I absolutely see it.
Hey, look out, Billy. Starting to build something in Gainesville. 3rd year in. Big win over an in-state rival. All those people in the basement. Zip it. All right, my 12 through 9. Boise, we got to give the Fighting Ashton some love. This Sunshine kid, is it Janty? That's how we say his name?
Genty.
All right, how about this? 95 carries, 95 carries through 5 games. The guy is just rocking and rolling. 16 rushing touchdowns, 10.9 yards per rush. Okay, that guy is cruising right now. So Boise 12th, I think we all agree there. 11th, I put Clemson in there. And I'm moving them in and out of the top 12. I'm putting them there with a decent win against Florida State. Florida State was looking for a little magic from Brock Glenn. They did not get it. And so they did exactly what you would expect them to do, winning by 16 points. And they are starting to come together a little bit. Number 10, I have Ole Miss there. Jackson Dart was only around 50% throwing the football against South Carolina, Matty. 14 of 27. Now, he threw for 285, which is pretty good. But 14 of 27, and then the other part of it, South Carolina doesn't have any offense. And the Rebels' defense took care of business. Walter Nolan, those guys, they rock and roll. They just harass South Carolina all game long. I'm putting Alabama at 9.
Another deep fall. Wow.
And here's why, okay? Well, the first reason why I'm putting them at 9 is Diego! That's the number one reason. But
life, right?
If you beat Georgia and then lose to Vandy, yeah, a signature win and then a signature loss. I'm just going to make them claw their way back into this bad boy. That's who I got.
By the way, real quick before you go to Leon, Clemson, your boys over at Clemson?
Yeah.
Klubnik? Mm-hmm. Since the loss to Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay, Kate Klubnik. 18 touchdowns, 4 of which are rush, 1 pick.
He's playing some solid
He's
ball.
playing lights out right now.
And he can run. He's got a decent arm as long as he remains confident. But this is the first time they didn't score 40 or more points. So we'll see whether coming out of that loss against
Yeah, we'll see him in December, though.
Mm-hmm.
My number 8 is Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin got him back on track.
Mm-hmm.
I lost to the program.
Big time.
Yeah, I got him back on track. I like Lane. My number 7 team is Penn State. I got Penn State number 7. Number 6 team, I got Oregon. We're going to see if Oregon's for real. They play Ohio State this week. I'm looking forward to that game. And my number 5 team is Georgia.
Okay.
Bulldogs at number 5.
All right. My 8. We're doing 8, right?
Yeah, 8 to 5.
My 8 is Penn State.
USA Today sports columnist, pay attention.
My 8 is, I know I got a lot of stuff going on. So here's the thing with Penn State. This is why you paid Andy Kotelnicki $7.1 million over 4 years to coach the offense. Games like this. They cannot go out there to USC.
They're going to Southern Cal.
They cannot go out there to go to USC against a struggling Trojans team that looked bad last week against Minnesota. A very middling Minnesota team. And lose that game. They cannot lose that game, Penn State. They've got to win that game. That's a must-win for this is who we are. We are a legit playoff contender. If not, you got to start looking at Penn State as they're a lot like James Franklin's Vandy teams, where you win 9 games. In this case, at Penn State, it's 10 games, and you really don't win anything else. It's kind of really what you do every single year.
True.
So this is a big moment for Penn State. All right, number 7, I got Oregon. And all I can say is if Dylan Gabriel starts the Ohio State game like he started the Michigan State game, he looked terrible in that game.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
First quarter. They're in deep trouble if that happens. They'll lose. They'll lose big. Number 6, this is where I got Alabama settling in.
Okay.
I got them settling in at number 6. And quite frankly, they only dropped 1. Just behind Georgia. That's it. That's it.
I got what you're saying.
Because look, everybody deals with a crazy game.
Yeah, but
if you're
game, that's an L.
I know it's an L. But at the end of the day, if you're throwing Alabama up against probably anyone else, maybe 1 or 2 other teams where you're like hesitate a little bit, they're going to be the favorite. They will be the favorite to win the game.
That defense and how the other team defended Milroe is now becoming a little bit of a concern. So we'll see.
It is. And by the way, they better figure out that zone read because Lenore Sellers will do exactly that this weekend.
Yeah.
They will run nothing but that. I guarantee that's what South Carolina will do. All right, and my 5, of course, Georgia.
All right, so my number 8 to 5.
By the way, Kirby taking a shot at the fans. Yeah.
Well, let's get into
so
that.
he's a little disappointed about how the fans,
in the South's oldest rivalry, too.
Yeah, a little disappointed.
All right, number 8, Tennessee. Tennessee loses, to which I say. That's right, Rocky Top. All right. even though they didn't play very well, they still led 14-3 midway through the third. So they were in a position to win this game and just did not get the job done. 7. I have Georgia at 7.
Wow.
Now, the only reason I have them 7th, what I repeated earlier about Alabama, you can't beat Georgia and then lose to Vandy. Georgia, you can't lose to Alabama and then have that team lose to Vandy.
Oh, my God. You are literally doing the transitive property right now.
I am. I'm just putting them there. You can't lose to the team.
You dropped Georgia to 7 because of the transitive property?
For the right now.
Your orange and blue to the death.
No way. You can't lose to the team that loses to Vandy. That's the only thing I'm saying right now.
Gotta be kidding me. They're like, if you had to pick one team to win it all right now, who are you picking?
Okay.
Who are you picking? Admit it.
Texas.
You are not. Stop it.
All right.
Stop.
Oregon is 6th, okay? Still unscathed, so I'm just giving them a little bit of love right now. It may not last. Can the Ducks stop the Buckeyes' backs? That's going to be the big question. But right now, they're not doing a whole hell of a lot, but still unbeaten. I'm going to put them 6th. I'm going to put Penn State 5th, just because of where they are right now. That big ball game coming up against USC is going to be huge. They beat UCLA like they should have beaten them, 27-11. So they did what they were supposed to do. So that's why I've got them number 5. All right, 4-1.
All right, my number 4, I got BYU at number 4. I got number 3, I got my Canes at number 3, Buckeyes at 2, and Texas at 1.
I have a question for you. If we're going to use the transitive property, right?
Right.
And where's Vanderbilt in this ranking?
They're soon to be ranked.
Better yet, where's Georgia State in this ranking? Because they beat Vandy.
Yeah, it was impressive what they were able to do. They ran all
Missouri beat Vandy. Where's Missouri in your ranking?
Listen, there are others receiving attention. They're right there. Hey, listen, those two teams, I put them where I put them, 7th and 9th. They still got a chance to claw their way back.
All right, I've got BYU at 4, and I just hope against hope they keep winning, and they're 8-0 against 7-1 Utah in the Holy War, and oh my God, that'll be a phenomenal moment. I got the Canes at 3. I mean, Cam Ward. So every time they've been behind in 3 games, and in those 3 games they've been behind, Cam Ward's responded with 9 touchdowns, 7 pass, 2 rush.
Mm-hmm.
Dude turns up his game.
He does.
Turns it up.
But he's elwaying them a little bit. He's putting them in a bad spot and then willing them to win at the end.
All right, number 2, I've got Ohio State. Ohio State's given up 4 touchdowns in 5 games.
They've been good.
And what you saw the picture I sent you of Chip Kelly in the in the coaching booth.
Yeah,
he's like the old hacker.
He does.
He's the former hacker.
He's got some jowls.
They're literally the same person right now.
Yeah.
And then number 1,
more, though.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
100 pounds and climbing less. Number 1, Texas. Last time we saw Quinn Ewers on the field, he was the best player on the field against Michigan. Yeah. No doubt about it. And they're, it's a big game for them. The Red River Drive is a big game.
Yeah,
Oklahoma's not going to waltz through that thing. That's going to be a difficult game.
They'll try and avenge a loss, and we'll get into that later in the week. But that's the team they lost to last year. Still made it to the playoff, but Brett Venables was able to beat them. All right, 4-1 for me. I have got your Canes 4. I'm dropping them. Okay, I'm dropping them right now. Look, we can say it's a 6-0 record, but if you think about it, officiating in both of these games played a big hand in the targeting call and all that kind of stuff. You just can't beat.
They were just terrible calls. Both those calls.
Yeah.
What about the 25-point deficit that we?
No, I don't disagree with you. But all I'm saying is those 2 calls on the final drive of the game, no less. We're just god awful calls.
Listen. Football is it's not imperfect science.
Okay,
right?
so
what do you want?
You cannot. You cannot be on the ropes like that and not at least suffer a little. So anyway, I'm dropping them.
That's fine.
And I'm moving the Cyclones into the number 3 spot.
The Clones.
That's my team, man. They have done what they've been asked to do, and they do have an experienced bunch, maybe a little bit of a lighter schedule. They end up beating Baylor the way they're supposed to beat Baylor, and they've got some good numbers. I got Ohio State, too. We're going to find out whether or not they are for real against Oregon. I'm getting more and more of a feeling that they might be. 28 unanswered in the second half against Iowa. And then hook 'em. Texas is at the top, and Ewers is looking to avenge that loss to the Sooners last year. Real quick, as we wrap up our XLP to the CFP, the other 2 that I might put in there very close, Army and Navy are a combined 10-0. Yeah. Still undefeated. So America's game will be one to look forward to the way they're playing, that's for sure. It is XL Primetime.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. In every game, there's a limited number of drives.
On best, here we go.
And there's only one drive of the game.
That's a good old-fashioned rear-end whipping.
Listen for the Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville drive of the game on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. There are trucks, and then there's the truck, GMC Sierra, with available features like the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. Nimnik Buick GMC has the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% APR financing. Head to Nimnik GMC today. GMC, we are professional grade.
Bold City AC, heating that rules.
Is your AC ready for the holidays? Bold City Heating and Air ensures your AC stays in tip-top shape. We know that a clean AC is a healthy AC. Upgrade yours for just $96 a month and enjoy free duct cleanings with your new system. Plus, ask about our 0% financing options.
Bold City AC, we got the crew. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Frost, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Hey, Hickett here with a message from Zero Res. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon, his family and staff are so grateful of things and appreciate you, their great customers. In fact, October's birthday month for Zero Res. So what are we doing for customers? Just say happy birthday, Zero Res, and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, towel, and grout, upholstery, or area rugs. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. The best teal-colored coverage includes Mia's Quick Hits.
Get the latest news from inside the building and around the league. I'm Mia O'Brien, 1010XL's NFL Insider.
Driven by Arlington Toyota. Available on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione. Campione Law.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. Have you been betting and winning at MyBookie.com? If you haven't bet with MyBookie yet, they are still running the double deposit bonus. Just sign up with promo code 1010XL. We are on to NFL Week 6. There are a ton of college matchups that run through the weekend as well. Get some skin in the game. You should certainly have your eye on that spread for Florida versus Tennessee on Saturday night. Then you know we play the Bears to kick off NFL Sunday morning. The Jaguars probably going to be a slight underdog. If you think the Jags can win in London, bet it. But then the surging Commanders play the Ravens, the Cowboys play the Lions, and then for Sunday Night Football, you have the Bengals traveling to New York to play the Giants. For a limited time, MyBookie still has that double deposit bonus. Use promo code 1010XL to claim a bonus. That doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Double your money with 1010XL before you even place a bet. Bet on anything, anywhere, anytime, and make your season a winning season.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
Who were the last astronauts who walked on the moon over 50 years ago? The answer next.
Southern Oak Insurance knows that you want to save money on your homeowner's insurance. So why not try some old-fashioned common sense? Ask your Southern Oak agent about our roof replacement schedule. It will save you money.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmidt were the final two astronauts who have walked on the moon.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Prosser here. I've been telling you for years about Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us. Imagine watching your favorite team in your new Lifetime man cave, family hangout, or Lifetime's version of a she shed. And now Lifetime is expanding their replacement window division. Make your home energy efficient with their Energy Star rated windows, enclosures, flooring, and windows to fit any and all budgets. Visit the showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let Lifetime be your home team.
Whether you're navigating rush hour traffic or heading to the home team game on the weekend, remember, drive cautiously. If you find yourself in a fender bender, don't ignore those aches and pains. Injury Care Centers is there for you. Skip the urgent cares that treat colds and flus. They're not equipped to handle injuries. Go straight to Injury Care Centers. Call 904-783-0008. That's 904-783-0008. Drive safe, think Injury Care Centers, and go team.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Here comes the judge.
Order in the court.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Here comes the judge. If you have to go before the judge, I would recommend my man Chris Campione and Campione Law. Champions for justice. You can log on CampioneLawPA.com and check out local offices right here in Jacksonville ready to serve you. You want that representation, that's for sure. So I'm going to play the part of the judge.
Yeah.
Leon, you draw one side of this argument. Maddie, you draw the other side of this argument. And let's see who's got the better representation. So I give to you, the New York Jets have fired Robert Saleh. Who will the next head coach be? Should it be Bill Belichick, shades of old? Remember, he was that coach for, what, like half a day, something like that? Should they rush out to get Bill Belichick, or should they take the field? Leon has drawn Bill Belichick. Matt says basically anybody but. And I will give some suggestions as far as who Matt may have in mind coming up in a second. But Leon,
yes,
you take the floor
right now. I prepared
right
counsel here for my plaintiff, Bill Belichick, Belly, nickname Belly. I prepared some notes, and we're going to start with his resume, all right? First of all, we're talking about a guy who's a 6-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Coach of the Year, all right? Helped develop a one Tom Brady, no matter what anybody says.
Ever heard of him?
He was a galloping 6-round wins. Not when he first got there. No, he wasn't. Mays. Regular season, he has 302 wins, 165 losses, 31-13 in the postseason. And plus, he has the credentials and the credibility that A.A. Ron wouldn't mind being coached under.
True.
All right.
I mean, you know.
Because A.A. Ron's a feeble soul. He needs to be able to. Who's Robert Saleh?
You know Brady beat Michigan in the Orange Bowl his last game, right?
Yeah.
He just wasn't some flaky.
Who was it? Him and Drew Henson? Battling back and forth.
Listen, did you see him run that 40?
I did.
Okay, all right.
I also saw him without his shirt off too.
Exactly.
All right, so
I saw it.
Matt, you can take anybody. You can take anybody.
I know who I'm going.
Yeah,
I know where I'm going.
All right, but just give us some examples as far as the field goes.
Yeah, let me just start off by saying I understand your argument. I respect your argument.
Yes,
but ain't no way in hell you're going after Bill Belichick. He's done. He's got a 20-year-old girlfriend. 24.
24. He's got a lot to keep up with.
24-year-old girlfriend.
Object, Your Honor. Personal matters were brought into the equation.
Overruled.
Now the other counselor is stepping in and overruling.
Joe, is it overruled or he's sustained?
I'm going to allow that.
Okay, he's going to allow it. He's how old is Belly? 70 what? 2?
He's
living his
RJ,
best
look
life.
him up. Look him up.
Bro, he's in his 70s. He's got a
in his early
24-year-old
70s.
girl who's posting pictures of them on Instagram.
He's a dirty old man. Okay, but
I'm not even saying that. All I'm telling you is he ain't going anywhere.
Hey,
He's
72,
very happy with what he's got
72.
right about now, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Now, back in the land of reality, if I'm the Jets, I'm looking at, I don't know, Kevin O'Connell, Mike McDaniel, McVay.
Those are all
Shanahan.
currently
all,
employed.
Yeah,
What's your
I'm
point?
saying all young dudes.
Yeah.
All young dudes who know offense.
Right.
And can develop quarterbacks.
Right.
Okay? So I'm going after Bobby Slowick at the Texans. And I'm
Okay.
going to say, Bobby, it's your team.
Mm-hmm.
This is not this year. You have an interim coach this year. Next year.
Right.
And you say, Bobby, I don't know how many more years we've got with Aaron, but we're going to put him in a position to have the best possible chance to win another Super Bowl. And we saw what you've done at the Texans. We saw what you've done with C.J. Stroud. Come help us, young man. Come help us and help us get into the 21st century of the NFL.
Okay. All right. Now listen, I will look and hear reasonable arguments for potential when we're talking about Bobby Slowick, talking about Ben Johnson, some of these offensive coordinators, Todd Monken, look what he's doing up in Baltimore, Joe Brady up in Buffalo. But to even suggest that a coach like that.
Wait 1 second before you go any further. Do not discount the 24-year-old girlfriend, man. Do not discount that.
I understand.
When you're making your decision, okay?
I am right now weighing both sides as I make my ruling. But to suggest that someone with limited experience could top the GOAT's credentials as a head coach in the National Football League, having never done it before, and expect them to rise above that man who has over 300 regular season wins and how many rings? 6.
6.
What do you do without TB?
It's a little far-fetched to think that one of those youngsters could step up. Now, I know the new game, as you just gave as examples, O'Connell, McDaniel, all these guys that have stepped up. And
You can't tell me you're going with
Kyle Shanahan.
With Belly. You cannot be ruling against me again.
Listen, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. I've got the gavel in my hand, and I say to
Your
myself.
Honor, may I speak on behalf
Yes.
of the fact that if
Yes.
you bring in the guy from the Houston Texans, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with Nathaniel Hackett, who's Aaron's boy?
See you later.
It's another
that'll make him real happy.
Okay, well, you want to win a Super Bowl or not?
Yeah. Well, this is the one thing that's working against Leon is that the last couple of years, point of reference on offense, Bill Belichick didn't even know who to give the offense to.
He had a defensive coordinator running his
Exactly.
offense, okay?
Exactly. And so
Matt
that was,
Patricia was running his offense,
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons why Mac Jones is here as a backup.
I'm still going to rule.
I didn't say it was a little senile. Right?
Yeah. I'm still going to rule on the side
You are not.
of the GOAT and say he will learn from past mistakes. This is his last ride. He will go one more time.
Jets may as well hire Herb. Same thing.
And we will find out whether or not he can change the opinion and return to his GOAT status. I favor Leon's argument in you be the judge. Matty cannot believe it. He's beside himself right now. Don't forget.
Last week I was fine with because I knew I took the losing argument, but this week,
This
come
one was
on,
close.
man.
This one was close. And don't forget, if you find yourself
All I say is before you go any further, what's always unbeaten? Don't ever discount that. Don't you ever discount that, okay?
It is true. It is true. But if you ever need representation, you find yourself before the judge, make sure you get in touch with Chris Campion. You can log on CampionLawPA.com, and you can get him along with his trusted attorneys in his office locally taking care of you. All right. So that's a good one. I don't know exactly where New York's going to go when it's all said and done. But right now, the betting favorite, a 2-1 choice, is Bill Belichick putting a Jets hoodie back on like he did for all of one day way back when. And we'll see whether or not he returns to the sidelines. And by the way, at least we're not having an argument about whether he's going to be here versus New York.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
Who has the best lineup this season? Honda. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, hybrids, and electric. This is one of the greatest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents in 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank NA, member FDIC.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. Woolsey Morecambe is your MVP in the legal game. Our team of skilled attorneys tackle personal injury cases with compassion and expertise. With fumbles like a car or truck accident, we're here to seek the compensation you deserve. Right here in Jacksonville, we've successfully won over $100 million and earned a championship-worthy record. When it's game time, you want a team that plays to win. Contact Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
Stuck on what to do with a plumbing issue? Just call the Duck. Duck Rooter are experts at plumbing and are a 5-star Google-rated company. You name it, they do it. Water heater replacements to sewer drain cleaning, leaks to repipes. Fully licensed and insured with highly trained technicians. Trust the Duck to fix it right. Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
This is Walker Little of your Jacksonville Jaguars for Kingfish Pest Control. I've been a Kingfish customer for a while now and can confirm that their service is incredible. Not only do they protect my family from pests, Kingfish's office staff is the friendliest around. They even email me a photo of the tech before arriving at my home. Kingfish Pest Control is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Be sure to enter their Swat That Kick sweepstakes for free pest control for 3 years. Go to kingfishpest.com and tell them Walker Little sent you.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 8, 2018, NFL quarterback Drew Brees broke Peyton Manning's all-time passing record, setting the mark on a 62-yard touchdown pass to Traquan Smith.
Hacker here, and I can't believe it. 100 pounds gone. 6 months ago, I never would have dreamed this was possible. I'm going to say it again because it feels so good. I've dropped 100 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. To put that in perspective, I've taken roughly 10 inches off my waist. I'm down from a XXX to an XL, and I did it all in slightly over 6 months. It's not just about the number on the scale. It's also about getting my life back, playing with my son, and being more physically active. Now we're celebrating big time. I'm hosting an exclusive football watch party to celebrate this huge milestone, and you'll have a chance to join me. Let's watch some football, eat some great food, and if you have questions about Awaken 180, ask me. Details to come, but don't wait on that. Call Awaken 180 today and learn how fast you can reach your goals. 844-346-1800 or online, awaken180weightloss.com.
Want a one-stop shop when it comes to commercial or residential construction? Then pick Preferred Builders. They should be high on your list. Over 70 years of construction experience combined with exceptional product and service warranties. They've got a team ready to tackle any size project. In fact, they've built their business in Duval by offering superior work at reasonable prices, and reputation over time means something. Honest and knowledgeable, reliable and responsive. Be sure and put Preferred Builders into your game plan for your next construction project. That's Preferred Builders.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
Welcome to ABS Advanced Business Solutions, your local authorized technology partner and home to Xerox copiers.
Advanced Business Solutions.
Now the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Throughout the game, Jacksonville needed big-time players to make big-time plays. And BTJ, when the lights shine brightest, made everything A-OK. In the second quarter, Trevor Lawrence would find the superstar wide out for an 85-yard touchdown, making the score 10-7 with 7:02 left in the first half. The Thomas score is your Performance Painting play of the game.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
The Jaguars are back at Everbank Stadium to go head-to-head with the Green Bay Packers for our crucial catch game. Join us October 27th as we fight cancer through early detection, risk reduction, and awareness all game long. Lock in your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you there.
This is Dr. Turner Vossler, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Tank Bigsby has shown over the first couple games of the season that he's an explosive running back that can make a difference on this offense, and proved it against the Colts with 13 carries for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns, one of them being a 65-yard rush. Here's Bigsby on what was going through his head during the explosive run to the end zone.
Sometimes when you make a big play, your mind go blank and your instincts take over. So when those opportunities come upon, like you don't know your instincts take over. So but afterwards, you know, it come back to reality. You get down, you see, I'm like, dang, I just scored. You go out, give my mom the ball. It felt great.
I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, my takeaway is I don't like the way my NFL is going right now. It's becoming NBA-ish, where Aaron can throw 3 picks in a game and get his coach fired. Play horrific. That bothers me a little.
I don't blame you. I get it. But he may have been the one who said, we are not going to coexist. That bro hug gone bad a few weeks ago, very telling now.
My takeaway is I want to move this case to the Court of Appeals. Because hiring Belly means Belly's got to get along with Joe Douglas, the GM. And Belly didn't get jobs last year because he wanted full control. And I think Joe Douglas has done a nice job putting that team together. And if I were, the Jets owners, which I think it still Hess is a minority, and the other owner is the other Jets owner.
Well, Woody Johnson's
Woody
the main.
Johnson.
Yeah,
Woody Johnson.
He's the main cat.
So I don't think Woody Johnson's going to fire Joe Douglas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Douglas almost got canned because of the previous decisions, and then they've given him power.
He's done some pretty good work there.
Yeah,
including making an All-Pro linebacker out of a guy this team threw away.
Yeah. And Quincy Williams.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to give Joe all the credit. I might give Saleh a little credit for that one.
I want to lodge the complaint to the appeal court. Okay. I don't know who the judge is, but your ruling was way off. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Listen, I ruled with the GOAT, our GOAT and the GOAT. I couldn't help it. All right. My takeaway is that
I got robbed, Leon.
If this team
get over it.
If this team had not done what they did late Sunday, which was boot through a field goal for a win, this team might have that discussion among their fan base as first coach fired. I don't think they would have done it to Doug, but the potential would have been the fallout and firestorm of criticism would have just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. So just be happy that it didn't happen here, and that they've got that firestorm up there, because honestly, it's a mystery that they're in the AFC East race. Miami pretty much cooked until Tua comes back. Buffalo answering a lot of questions as to why they had 3 straight passing attempts inside their own 5-yard line. And they've lost back-to-back games on the road. They'll probably right the ship. Buffalo still looks like the cream of the crop, but New England's not worth a darn. And the New York Jets, yeah, they've been beaten up, and Aaron Rodgers got beat up. He threw 3 picks, but they're still very much in the thick of things. Firing him, we'll see what comes out of that, whether or not there's going to be a lot more, whether it's going to create more problems or provide solutions for them down the stretch. All right, I mentioned New England. Let's do this real quick.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville headed to London, back-to-back games, Bears and Patriots, and they will see back-to-back rookies starting at quarterback. According to the rap sheet, the future is now in New England. Sources telling him the Patriots are planning to start Drake May against the Texans this week. First start for the number 3 overall pick. Jacoby Brissett started the first 5. He heads to the bench. So let's just suggest that if Drake May gets the job now, they're probably not going to sit him down within a game's time. He will likely be the starter against Jacksonville. We get to week 2 in London. What do you think about Drake?
I think you got to get 2 dubs. You cannot lose to 2 rookie quarterbacks who haven't even finished a half. Well, one hasn't finished a half a season. The other one will have started 1 game prior.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to do whatever you can defensively to confuse those young cats.
Yeah.
And these are 2 games they got to win.
Yeah.
You got to come back here 3-4 and give this fan base some kind of hope, be it pie in the sky or not, that you've got a chance to get back in that playoff race.
Right.
You cannot come back
Agreed.
2-5 or 1-6.
Absolutely.
No way, man.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a business trip. If you want to get back on track, if you want to get back within, fighting range of the division, you've got to win these 2 games.
It's set up for them,
yes,
too. Like,
absolutely.
it's not like it's this huge deal that you got to do. They have a better roster than both these teams.
Oh, yeah.
You got to go out there and just win the games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. By the way, we had some texters talking about some of the things that are going on with traffic and with some of the old storms. And we were talking about one when we were all stuck, a lot of us, on I-10. That was Hurricane Floyd, 1999.
Yeah.
And so there have been plenty that have texted in that remember that hellish drive, either up I-10 or picking up 90 or whatever it was, just to find your way out of Florida. And that one didn't hit us that hard. Stark, they said over there in 301, backed up in Stark yesterday. I'm sure it's still going to be happening because you know what happens on 301? A lot of truckers move freight through that highway.
Yeah.
That is one busy, busy highway. Took them 2 hours to get home from Gainesville last night. So be patient. Do whatever you think you can now in advance. And it looks like I don't even know what the latest is. Has anybody heard? RJ, have you been paying attention to the weather as far as what's happening in Jayville? The cone looks like it's more across the center of the state. At least that's what I remember looking up and seeing.
Last time I saw the cone, we weren't in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was 155 Cat 4.
All right.
We're still getting rain and stuff, which is not in that. All right.
So hopefully, this football team will be able to get off, get the plane, get to London, not have anything happen to them, let them go across and win a couple of ball games, and hopefully everybody here will be good to go. As a matter of fact, I think we should use this because one of our diehard Jaguar fan, the Bold City folks, are trying to make sure that they have their anniversary party this weekend because they're celebrating 8 years. So let's do it right now.
Here's a bold fact brought to you by Bold City Brewery, Duval's first craft brewery. Online at boldcitybrewery.com.
They got big plans, and it's coming up this weekend as they celebrate 16 years as Duval's oldest brewery, and they got so much fun. We're talking food, giveaways, raffles. They will have music throughout the day. And you can just easily log on to boldcitybrewery.com. We're talking about limited bottle releases that they will have. You also have a chance to win free growler fill-ups for a year, free pints for a year. We're talking a bunch of fun, so make sure you drop on by. Bold City Brewery anniversary celebration. It is supposed to be all day, 12 to 10. We should be fine by the time we get to Saturday. But that's Oct 12 with live music all day. Log on boldcitybrewery.com. All right, now, this is a little bit of a CFB question, and this might be, Leon, this might be more Matt. But I just got to throw it out there.
All right. Because, are you trying to make up for your bad ruling?
Well, listen, the judge has got to be the judge. I got to rule as fairly as I possibly can. Last time Arkansas beat a top 5 ranked team, who was it against and when was it? Top 5 ranked team. Because Arkansas picked off Tennessee and
I'm gonna say it was LSU in 2007. Giddy up, got it. Houston Nut. Giddy up.
Go ahead and give it to him, RJ. Go ahead and give it to him. That's pretty good. That is worth yeah. I had a feeling he might have known this one. 2007.
I didn't. I just started thinking about it, and then I remembered Houston Nut. He got fired after that game.
It was in triple overtime.
Yeah, that was the wild 2007 down the rabbit hole season. Yeah,
and he got canned. How long after that?
A day, 2 days.
God, how do you do that?
Got the Ole Miss job like 2 days after that. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He went right from one SEC address to another. I forgot about that. So yeah, that's how long it's been, and how badly Sam Pittman and the fellas needed that. And look, we all know it's not the tip-top job by any stretch of the imagination. Bobby Petrino's come in there, and he's done some good things as far as cranking out some O. But anytime you get those are job savers in a lot of ways.
That was last game of the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
LSU had clinched the West, so they lost that game, which was their second loss of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the SEC championship game, won the SEC, and got in the BCS national championship game.
Yeah, they were
because Missouri.
A 2-loss team.
Yeah, because Missouri and West Virginia, and I know there's a couple guys in this building that aren't too happy about this little scenario. Missouri and West Virginia literally went into the last week of the season. All they had to do was win their games, and they were in. West Virginia had to beat Pitt. West Virginia was a double-digit favorite. They lost at home to Pitt. And then Oklahoma just absolutely annihilated Missouri in the Big 12 championship game. And they both those two teams were set up to go play in the BCS national championship
and
game. blew it.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that it's all in front of you. You're the favorite team, correct? They were favored in both of their games.
Missouri wasn't. I think Oklahoma still was favored over Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma was still really good, but Missouri was unbeaten and just beaten number 3 Kansas or something like that.
Right. I was just trying to remember how good they were.
They were good. They were both really good.
That's Pinkel's bunch, right?
Yeah, they were both really good.
Yeah. Well,
that was Chase Daniel. That was his mega year. Yeah,
and they created a lot of offense. That was the beginning of the spread rage.
That's back when Kansas was really good with Mangino and Todd Ressing. Yeah. Just don't even go there,
Mr. Mangino.
Just stay away. Boy,
that's just
you and Hacker, man.
It's not me and Hacker.
Never should have said
just flat out say Hacker, not me. Not even this.
I had a guy come up to me. I'm not kidding. Randomly, I can't even remember where I was now. And said, by the way, Hacker told me this story, and I said, don't even say it.
Hacker's got some of the strangest stories about men that I don't know how to go any further on.
I'm a sausage guy.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
To the embedded and shredders, we greet him. Let's just say Hacker has a unique enjoyment and respect for other people's habits.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he really does. He thrives on them. But the embedded and shredded, we say hey to you.
Hacker's my guy.
Yeah.
Love Hacker.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Shock level.
Love the Hacker.
We're all man's men here, right?
Shock level, because I know that we posed this question and we all maybe even casually joked around. If this team went 0-5, which we all know was very close to happening. 17 seconds to go, they booted it through.
Feel free to cover somebody.
Yeah, and that Dougie could have been in trouble. Dougie could have been the conversation piece. Is he the first guy to go? Now, 5 weeks in, I still think is way, way too early. What was your reaction today to Robert Saleh?
It's just such a dysfunctional organization, the New York Jets. And, it's just I think Robert Saleh is a good coach. I think he was dealt a bad hand, like many coaches are. First off, they completely missed the Zach Wilson pick, so that sets him back. Then he gets Aaron Rodgers, who is healthy for 4 snaps in his first year before the Achilles blows out. And I just think it would have been awfully difficult to make that a winning job. And obviously at 2-3, they still have a chance to, stay in this, and they play a big Monday night game against Buffalo, and if they were to win that, they'd have been leading the East. So it's certainly a surprise, but obviously it speaks to you'll never convince me Aaron Rodgers didn't call for this.
Right.
And so I think it's the rare NFL instance where the NFL kind of mirrors the NBA, where the superstar gets the coach fired. I fully believe that Saleh was probably getting ready to fire Hackett, and Rodgers was like, no, that's not going to happen. And so we'll see how it goes. But the Jets have given Aaron Rodgers way too much power in this relationship. And, we'll see. I mean, maybe they'll get hot with the interim, but I think they fired a good guy today in Robert Saleh.
Yeah, Big Search was saying, don't bring that NBA into my NFL world. All
yeah,
right,
that's a great point. Yeah.
What's coming up?
We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up on the Frangie Show. We will have our Scholar Athlete. We always look forward to that. Dennis Dodd will join us at 4:30 to talk college football. And Matty Hayes will join Frank to talk some SEC football. So, a lot of great college football talk coming up. And obviously, we'll talk a lot about Jaguars versus Bears.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. We will be listening. Speaking of that game, and one of our diehards, 10-10ers, XL Primetime, I like to call them, High Tide and the Bride are heading to London tomorrow. Side trip to Paris, and says they're bringing back 2 dubs.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, good for him.
Not only that, he came back. It was a day late, but he came back on Tuesday, and he's back.
Oh, yeah.
He knows they lost, but he's all right.
Well, look, a round of applause to any of y'all, including C Daddy and everybody. They're heading over to London, either today, tomorrow, whenever it is. Gio's over there, so I know there's a lot of them that are going to be traveling. So take us with you. We appreciate it, that's for sure. We are done. We say thanks to Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevy. You can log on. You can see the selection. Tremendous lineup. We're talking trucks, SUVs, economy sedans, beautiful luxury rides. You can get them all. Brand new, pre-owned. BeaverChevrolet.com, BeaverToyotaSt.Augustine.com. They are there to wow you. We are done. We will hand it off to the Francis Show coming up next.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville. Never doubt Jacksonville.